Hi guys, I'm Mr. Signori. I just want to go through a couple of rules and procedures for my class that'll make the class make the year better. Uh, Real quick, I have basically three rules to live by in my classroom, and they're pretty easy. One is come prepared. Always come in the classroom prepared and ready to go. That things, whatever you need in my classroom, whatever you're going to need for the day, make sure you bring it in. Think about where you're going outside the classroom and walk in prepared. The other thing is always learning. You should always be doing quality work. Take your time when you work, stay engaged, stay on task. There are a lot of times when I'm going to be working with some other small groups and you find yourself working independently. Those are the things I expect of an eighth grader. So you should always be learning, you should always be on task. At the very least, if you're all done with your work, you should be able to keep yourself quietly occupied until I get there. And the last one is try to be nice. You can remember them as an acronym as CAT, CAT. Be prepared for some sort of assessment on that. So know my rules, CAT. Procedures in my classroom. Let's talk about food and drink in the classroom. You should only be able to come into my classroom, you should only be able to have whole foods. And by that I mean whole pear or sliced apples or grapes or those type of things. It's got to be whole foods. It's got to be healthy and whole foods. For instance, I'm eating a delicious pear right now. Doesn't that look good? However, it's healthy and it's a whole food, and that's what I expect. Water should be just simply water. That's nothing else can be in it. You guys know these things. You're eighth graders. Let's talk quickly about bathroom breaks. When you're in my classroom, I like to have you in my classroom. I don't like you to leave too much. It's sort of how I am. And everybody's got their own rules. But so let's go over quickly how I see it. If it's critical, you got to go. Let's go. If there's some sort of emergency and you have to go, by all means. The other is when you have to go, try not to interrupt me. Try to find a time that's good. And then finally, not finally, but I will keep track of these things. I'm looking for a pattern that you're always leaving and always leaving my classroom. And so I'll keep track of it most of the time, and it may end up costing you, cost you a tardy or somewhere down the line where if it looks like it's being abused. So keep that in mind. I'm keeping track. And you should know that. So, and then the other thing is, right when class starts, you should have already taken care of that. So don't ask right when class starts. There's a lot of things that we're doing, and I expect you should be again here, ready to go. Let's talk briefly about plagiarism, and then I want to talk about writing utensils. Plagiarism, use your own words. You guys know this. You're eighth graders. I would rather have a poorly written sentence than something that's somebody else's words. So use your own words. If I'm asking you to use somebody else's words, cite your sources. Or if you happen to use somebody else's words, make sure you cite your sources, from the textbook or an internet or wherever it is. Finally, the last thing, if you come in and you don't have something to write with, and that's usually a big thing. It's not so much now, beginning of the year, but as the year drags on, you don't have a pencil. A couple of things you can do. One, ask someone sitting next to you. Ask someone your classmate. That's the best way to do it. Two, if you still don't have one, then look for the gator. You're going to find the gator sitting on the homework bench. He's got a pencil in his mouth. You can have it. You can keep it. I usually find him in the hallways and on the floor of the classrooms, and I just stick him in the gator's mouth. They're yours. If the gator has a pencil in there, you can have it. Last way is the one you want to not use if all possible, and it's a pencil. It's on my podium, and it's got a card in it. Pull the card out, write your name, write the date, and then use a pencil. Usually they're designated. Sometimes they have stuff taped to them, but they're designated so that they're mine, and I know that when you use this pencil, put it back in there. This way I can keep track is if you're coming to my class and you're not prepared. And those are the things that we need to talk about. So come in prepared, have something to write with, but if you don't, I've got something for you. I guess that's it. Let's have a good year. Thank you.